on peut très bien avoir un équipier un petit peu mal placé et qui vient nous déséquilibrer et nous sortir de notre saut, chose qu'on a vu tout à l'heure avec un trou de mémoire dans une équipe. La personne ne savait plus où elle devait se placer. Et donc la difficulté, c'est bien cela, c'est de rester bien à niveau et que les points puissent s'enchaîner. Un score de 17 pour l'équipe de Monaco.
Oui, c'est effectivement un saut qui tourne doucement. C'est un saut un peu compliqué. Je ne pense pas que ça bouge beaucoup dans le placement. Voilà, ça n'a pas fait la différence, quoi. Il n'y a pas vraiment quelque chose qui a fait la différence dans ce saut-là. Bon, ils font toujours plaisir. Il n'y a pas de faute, manifestement. Je suis un peu surpris parce que là, il est beaucoup plus clément, Mathieu, là, dans sa façon de juger. Peut-être qu'il est en train de s'adoucir, peut-être qu'à la fin il va donner des points en plus, non ?
Ou peut-être les équipes sont plus méticuleuses dans le sens où comme c'est un saut délicat, les points sont plus chers, donc ça serait vraiment dommage de les rater.
Oui,
prochaine équipe avec notre ami Martial, VR8 Max. Hop, les voilà en route. Donc nous avons une bonne indication avec les équipes précédentes pour savoir si elles restent dans le peloton de tête. Un score d'une vingtaine de points correspondrait à un bon score. Oh, un petit temps mort. Là, voilà.
Ouais, il y a une énergie quand même qui est donnée sur les breaks pour essayer d'accélérer un petit peu. Ça se voit là, du côté évidemment du leader Martial qui a des mouvements de tête vraiment en anticipation pour regarder ce que font ses équipiers. Et c'est manifeste que là, c'est pas de la frustration, mais c'est vraiment de l'envie d'enchaîner un tout petit peu plus vite. Là.
Oui, et puis en même temps, ça peut donner aussi de la confiance en fonction on va dire de la réalisation du saut. Si le leader ressent que les gens sont en confiance et que tous les points se passent bien, il peut essayer d'accélérer le rythme. D'ailleurs, on nous annonce 22 points, donc ça serait un point de plus que l'équipe italienne de tout à l'heure. Vraiment une belle performance.
Alors vous remarquerez qu'il y a des équipiers comme celui qui est en train de sortir avec la combinaison rouge qui ont des baudriers d'escalade et qui ont une utilité très simple. Hein. On ne fait pas de l'escalade quand on est dans le tunnel. On a besoin du baudrier simplement pour bien tenir sa combinaison, pour pas qu'elle redescende trop. Et c'est-à-dire qu'en redescendant, elle rendrait les boosters, ces fameuses chaussettes dont on parlait tout à l'heure, elle rendrait les boosters inefficaces, tout simplement, parce que trop détendus. Donc on met un baudrier simplement pour retendre tout ça. C'est pas forcément du meilleur d'esthétique, mais c'est redoutable, c'est nécessaire.
Certains, effectivement, volent avec un baudrier pour que leurs jambes, la combinaison au niveau des jambes reste bien tendue. Là, nous avons l'équipe Lazy Functors Corba, coachée par Julien Olek. Donc, par rapport à l'équipe précédente, vous voyez que les mouvements sont plus lents, mais toujours bien assurés et surtout de la précision. Le vol est très propre, très propre. Là, nous avons en face de nous une équipe qui peut vraiment progresser dans le sens où chaque équipier est discipliné, bien placé, là à l'endroit où il doit être et qu'il attend que ses partenaires se placent également. Un très beau vol, très beau vol, bien maîtrisé et qui ne demande qu'à progresser.
Oui, avec 14 points, on voit bien que c'est une équipe qui se bat contre elle-même. Elle ne cherche pas forcément à accélérer et je ne pense pas qu'elles aient ambition de gratter quelque chose ou d'accrocher quelque chose au-dessus. C'est plutôt être régulier à leur niveau, se faire plaisir. Bon, c'est un peu compliqué de trouver beaucoup d'équipes au championnat de France qui tourneraient dans les 20-25 points. Quoi.
Oui, exactement. Mais c'est vrai que le vol, là, vu de l'extérieur, tous les équipiers ont dû se faire énormément plaisir.
Alors tu nous rappelles un petit point de règlement parce qu'on voit bien dans le dynamique qui est couvert par Regan et Leslie que le chrono il démarre quand on passe la cellule photoélectrique et qu'on doit faire un certain nombre de figures le plus rapidement possible. Là, le chrono il démarre quand exactement ?
Il démarre au lâcher de la première figure, un stair-step, une figure on va dire définie au départ et au lâcher des équipiers, le chrono démarre.
D'accord, donc les juges en fait vont se mettre d'accord pour un temps de départ et derrière ils vont juger
50 secondes.
Leurs 50 secondes
voilà.
Pour rentrer le nombre de points. Donc le nombre de points c'est un certain nombre de séquences qui sont répétées indéfiniment dans ces 50 secondes.
Voilà, une séquence c'est entre 5 et 6 points. 5 ou 6 figures et on les répète le temps de 50 secondes. Les juges vérifient la bonne régularité de chaque figure, si toutes les prises sont au bon endroit et au bon moment et qu'il y a un lâcher complet entre chaque figure, sauf sur les cas de bloc. 21 peut-être avec une petite faute. Donc autour des 20 points, c'est un beau score.
Ouais, c'est un joli saut, surtout que...
Pour l'instant, nous sommes...
Ouais, surtout que moi je connais quelques compétiteurs qui sont là-dedans, c'est pas forcément des tout jeunes et qui se donnent et qui travaillent vraiment proprement et qui font beaucoup d'efforts sur la mémorisation pour être au niveau de partenaires qui ont quand même un degré nettement au-dessus. Hein. On a Bruno Perrin dedans, on a quand même du standard, quoi. On a des ex-champions du monde
Oui.
qui quelque part le sont encore restés dans leur tête, quoi.
Ah champion du monde. Donc là...
811. On est avec une équipe bigarrée, avec un joli casque rose. Alors lui, on va pas le rater. Hein.
Oui,
on pourrait penser que c'est une fille, mais pas du tout, c'est un garçon. C'est idiot ma réflexion, mais peu importe, c'est celui qu'on voit, quoi. Quand on regarde cette équipe par-dessus, on voit la combinaison rouge, le casque rose. En fait, je fais cette analogie. Pourquoi ? Parce que par rapport au juge et par rapport au jugement, on essaie quand même d'être cohérent dans les couleurs de combinaison, dans les couleurs de gants, pour pas attirer l'attention en particulier sur un compétiteur qui serait plus faible ou plus fort.
Oui, ensuite les équipes constituées, on va dire non professionnelles, c'est difficile pour que tout le monde ait le même équipement. Maintenant, ça n'entre pas en jeu dans la performance. Mais je suis en train de me demander s'il n'y a pas une erreur entre l'équipe annoncée et l'équipe.
C'est la Vélos QRF.
Oui, mais Vélos QRF est avec notre ami Martial Ferré, casque vert.
Et donc c'est pas elle.
Non.
Donc il y aurait une erreur. Donc
21 points annoncés pour cette équipe.
Et c'est la 810. Voilà, ils viennent de rectifier. Donc c'était pas la. Voilà. C'est l'insomniaque Wemby. Voilà. Bah oui, quand t'es insomniaque, forcément, hein, tu arrives peut-être en avance ou en retard, quoi. Oh, qu'il est pas bon ce jeu de mots là.
Voilà, nous avons retrouvé notre casque vert. C'est notre fil conducteur, casque vert.
Alors voilà, c'est un peu gênant quand même qu'on n'ait pas les scores un peu plus rapidement. Alors je ne veux pas blâmer nos amis les juges, mais c'est vrai que là, il y a une attention qui est portée sur le jugement du VR4 qu'on ne voit pas à l'écran. Et forcément, il y a moins d'attention portée sur le vol relatif à 8. Ça n'empêche pas que Vélos est en route et que tu vas nous la commenter.
Donc, Vélos, QRF. Voilà, là c'est une équipe avec un niveau supérieur à la précédente. Les points s'enchaînent parfaitement. On voit bien le travail du Keyman. C'est vraiment des vidéos hyper intéressantes. On a presque l'impression d'y être. Hein, on est au même niveau que les compétiteurs. On est au centre de l'action. On voit le travail vraiment de tout l'ensemble du corps, que ce soit les genoux, le torse, les bras. Et là, on peut vraiment profiter et admirer le travail de tous les compétiteurs pour être placés le plus rapidement possible. 23, ce qui correspond au niveau et aux ambitions de cette équipe. Donc,
alors, oui. Juste pour dire, là, parce que je regarde le fil Facebook en même temps, un petit message à Didier. Là, on ne chambre pas Samir qui porte le casque rose. C'était juste un petit détour justement pour parler des couleurs, des cohérences de couleurs entre les combinaisons, les casques et les gants, justement par rapport au jugement. Bon, après, si tu as envie de le chambrer, Samir, tu t'arrangeras avec lui. Nous, on décline, on veut pas de problème avec lui.
Voilà, donc à l'écran, là, le Qatar qui nous propose un vol de grande classe pour une équipe A8. C'est vraiment un exemple à suivre. Tout le monde est parfaitement placé, les points s'enchaînent, ça paraît tellement facile. Alors vous voyez qu'ils sont assez bas au niveau du filet, mais ça ne les gêne absolument pas. Il n'y a pas de besoin de différence de niveau sur ces blocs-là. La précision est vraiment impressionnante. Beau travail. Alors toute la difficulté ensuite pour cette équipe, ça va être de restituer cette maîtrise en l'air. Et bien souvent, il y a une sacrée différence de performance entre les sauts réalisés d'avion et les vols de soufflerie.
Alors le Qatar, c'est une équipe à 8, c'est une équipe à 4, c'est aussi des grosses équipes de démonstration. Donc à 8, c'est Gary Smith, je crois, qui les entraîne.
30 points, 30
joli,
points,
hein.
Magnifique saut. Ils vont être durs à aller chercher. Là.
Donc Gary Smith, c'est un ancien Sudaf qui est devenu américain, je crois, ou qui est resté Sudaf, qui vit en Hollande et qui coach quelques équipes, dont le Qatar. Un type quand même très très bon coach.
Champion du monde VR4 en 2004.
Il a été champion du monde. Moi je le connais aussi sur tout le circuit Coupe du Monde bien avant et où il a été représentant l'Afrique du Sud quand même aussi quelques années. Et à 4, cette équipe du Qatar, c'est Jérémy Rolette, c'est notre Français qui coach.
Qui les coach.
Donc là on est avec la
les
813,
Wemby,
Wemby
Girls, donc
Girls.
les concurrents directs de l'équipe Qatar Falcon. Elle nous propose un vol toujours aussi performant, maîtrisé, agréable. Peu de variations de niveau. Elles sont bien calées au même endroit dans la soufflerie. Les points s'enchaînent. Donc l'indication du score, une petite perte de temps. L'indication du score va nous être vraiment importante là, pour essayer de mettre d'estimer le classement futur. Alors les points s'enchaînent. 28 points.
Ouais.
Donc probablement que l'équipe les Qatar Falcons vont pouvoir grappiller quelques points.
Là, oui, on commence à rentrer dans ce qu'on appelle le dur de la compétition, c'est-à-dire ce qu'on appelle dans les autres sports le money time. On va bientôt y rentrer. On n'y est pas encore, hein, mais on va bientôt y rentrer. Où là, les points qui vont se payer, ils comptent pratiquement double. Tous les points qui vont manquer à la fin, ils sont là, quoi.
Après, rajouter, suivant le changement, on a commencé la compétition en tête, on se fait un petit peu rattraper. Donc il va y avoir ce côté psychologique à gérer pour que les vols s'enchaînent le mieux possible. Alors, l'équipe Wemby LDR8 avec nos champions du monde. Tous les équipiers de cette équipe sont multi-champions du monde. Et certains et à 4 et à 8.
En fait, on croit toujours qu'ils vont prendre leur retraite, mais ils ne s'arrêtent jamais.
Et non, tant qu'on est performant et qu'on se fait plaisir.
Et oui, voilà, non mais c'est normal, c'est un championnat de France, il faut bien, il faut donner envie aussi. C'est important de donner envie aux autres d'en faire du vol relatif.
Et il faut surtout les remercier et leur dire, ils sont pas là que pour se montrer et montrer leur savoir-faire et qu'ils sont toujours dans la course, et qu'ils participent à la bonne tenue de son championnat de France, sachant qu'ils sont dans quasiment toutes les équipes présentes en tant que coach, entraîneur, coach player, et c'est grâce à eux, grâce à leur investissement qui ont autant d'équipes. On a 29, un score de 29. Donc vous voyez que la performance réalisée par l'équipe de Qatar Falcon est vraiment une performance de très haut niveau, et ça serait la seule équipe qui dépasserait la barre des 30 points.
C'est joli, c'est pas vraiment haché, c'est fluide, ça va. Bon, on va laisser la place à Leslie, je crois, et à Regan pour enchaîner sur le dynamique, et puis on vous retrouvera tout à l'heure pour la suite des manches de vol.
À tout à l'heure, Patrice.
À tout à l'heure.
And a very warm welcome back to the studio here with Leslie and me, Regan. Thank you very much for our French team with that last round of 8-way. But it is Saturday here in France, in Lille at Wimby, and it is time for the dynamic 2-way finals. Leslie.
Fantastic. We've got 9 teams. They've all flown to decide their order in the final. The only team that isn't going to be flying again are Avengers. They have confirmed that they are the slowest team of the meet, so Avengers come in 9th. And all the other teams are battling with the next closest team to see their positions on the scoreboard. So the next team that we're about to see, the next battle, is Women of Steel flying against Aerocart, and they are going to fly to decide who gets 7th position and who gets 8th position. How the final is going to work is there are 2 battles in the final, 2 battles, 2 separate puzzles. If one team wins both battles, then it's clear there's a clear winner or a loser. And if one team wins battle 1 and the other team wins battle 2, then we have a tie break.
As we call
be very exciting.
A battle off.
A battle off.
A battle
yes.
off.
So we could be seeing battle offs between any of the teams.
We could indeed. So first up, teams 206, 202, Women of Steel and Aerocart is going to be our first piece of action. What is the puzzle? What is the flight? What have they got to do?
Well, the first final round is head up mixed snake, butterfly, head down in face circles. And then the second battle in the final is head up in face snake, head down 360 and head up in face circles.
So that first is going to be a bit faster than the second one, a bit more head up in the second, so we're probably looking at a little bit longer on the time. It's going to be interesting to see what times we get. And as we move down this pack of the finals, if the tournament is all working out as it should be, we should see these times just starting to get faster
Smaller
and faster and
yeah.
faster and faster. Or smaller and smaller and smaller, depending on how you visualise time. You've had a good day, Leslie?
I've had a brilliant day. It's just been non-stop action here in Lille. You can't take your eyes off the tunnel for a second.
No. We've got
You don't know whether to watch the action in the tunnel or the action on the scores, because the judges have been doing a great job. We've got all the 4-way scores out now. You can check them out on scores.wemby.com, or we're going to bring you a summary of the 4-way scores at the end of this dynamic battle.
I'm just watching the antechamber. If we've got time to bring the 4-way scores, but I don't think we have. The girls look like they are ready. It is the finals. Very good afternoon to everybody here at Wimby, and a good afternoon to all you people around the world who've been tuning in for this French Nationals. The arms are going there by our girls. I was chatting to them before. They fly very clean. You don't get many busts from these girls. They said they do try to fly as clean as possible. That's their goal.
Yeah, well, all teams try and do that. You know, that a lot of the teams had down that their goal for the 4-way was to do a clean meet. You know, same with the 8-way. You always want to fly clean, because if you start flying clean, it's easier to then go fast if you're clean. If you're flying dirty and you're busting, it's harder to clean it up than it is.
But some teams just go for it full power.
Well, there is a certain fun in that, the Martial approach.
Yeah.
Not that we see Martial busting, but yeah, the foot flat on the floorboard approach.
Yeah, but they were saying as a team, that is one of their main concerns. They do try above everything else, keep it as clean as possible, just to really keep those busts off the sheet. Are they going to do that now into this final round to find their positions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams to go. I'm just looking at the judges here. Let's just flash up the results of the 4-way while we wait for the judges to be reset and ready to go. Let's get these 4-way scores on screen and just talk through what action we've had this morning, Leslie, and where we are currently up to. We've had 6 rounds of the 4-way.
Yes, and they've judged them all. This is the end. We're looking at the open scores now. So the open scores, very, very exciting battle. And you see what's happened is the Wemby French girls have pulled away. They are winning with 191 points. That's a full 5 points clear of their next nearest rival, which is the Qatar Tigers. The game changer really was round 5. Round 5, then the Wemby girls beat Qatar Tigers by 5 points on that, so that was what made the difference. So they're 5 points ahead of the Tigers, who are just 1 point ahead of Real Flies Leon. So there's 4 rounds left to go, almost half the competition. It looks as though the Wemby girls look comfortable in front, but anything could happen in 4 jumps.
So now to the N2 category.
In the N2, we have Academy way out there in front, looking very, very comfortable. This is the youth team, if you like. They're not really kids, they're teenagers, but they're not quite grown up yet. They got 98 points after 6 rounds. Behind them is Fly Pinot with 86 points, who are just 1 point ahead of Darwings on 85, who are 3 points ahead of Watura, Noyan, Aspel, Mubaj, who are just 1 point ahead of One Shot. So really, the silver and bronze could still change places. It looks as though Academy are comfortable out there in front. But yeah, there's 4 teams that could still be battling it out. The silver and the bronze medal could still be changing hands.
So it was a big morning of 4-way action here at this National Championships. 6 rounds of the Open Championships, 6 rounds of the N2 category. Many people as well flying in different disciplines. It was an absolute masterclass of 4-way. I hope you enjoyed it and you get to watch it on the reruns, which will be available once the live feed is finished. Remember, in a couple of weeks' time, we've got the European Championships up at Voss in Norway, then the end of the year, the big world meet in Bahrain, and this championships is going to decide which teams get to compete for their country for the world medal. Now, here's the battle of the 2-way dynamic. In the next half hour, we're going to know who the winner is and who gets to go to that European Championships and who gets to go to Bahrain as well. We knew at the beginning the 2 favourites were from Windor in Ampura Brava, Spain, the Ninjas, and from Ice Mountain in Belgium, were neck and neck going into these finals. They did say the big battle was for 3rd place. How's it looking on 3rd place right now?
3rd place is going to be between Wemby, All Right, and Way Too Dynamic. Way Too Dynamic were the 3rd fastest team yesterday. They've been the 3rd fastest team today, so they are obviously the favourites to take the bronze as they go into that final. However, it's a head-to-head battle. Anything could happen. All you need is a bust, and you could lose that round. They're going to fight against Wemby, All Right, who were in fact 9th yesterday. So just showing how very exciting this whole format and the dynamic is, the fact that you can come from bottom to be now battling out from bronze.
Yeah, and we've got the opportunity of those tie breaks, those battle-offs, hashtag battle-offs. I think Chris Mayhew reinvented the name of that. If we get one team winning one fight and the other team winning the other fight out of the 2 flights, then it is going to be a tie-breaking situation. We're just waiting for the tunnel to be reset and the lights to be ready and the judges to be ready. The teams are in the antechamber. I can see the girls there giving themselves high
yeah,
fives.
they're ready. They're just getting in the door. You can see that it's that. Yeah, I'm on you.
There you go. The wind speed starts to increase. The finals of Dynamic 2-Way here, 2018 French Indoor Championships. Women of Steel against Aero Kart. The final high fives. The visors are down. Hands are on the door. Nods and they're in. Head up, mixed snake, butterfly, head down in facing circles is the draw. The timer is on the screen.
So remember, everything is reset. Nothing matters now other than the time that they do in this round. Battling against Aerocart for 7th and 8th position. As you said, they've been clean so far. Let's see them be clean all the way.
.51, 52 seconds on the clock now.
So they're going into the final page now. Oh, no, they're going out of the final page.
Out the final door.
68.22, that's a great time. You did say this would be quite a quick round, Regan, but 68.222 is the time that Aerocarts have to beat. Yeah, they are now lining up in the door.
We're going to be seeing some of these teams now breaking through 1 minute, I would imagine, as we get through the pack. Aerocart, their first answer to what's been put down on Women of Steel. 68.22 is the time to beat. People at home can see the timer on the screen. to head down. Head up. Butterfly.
Head down in face circles.
For the end of the first page. Or was that the second?
The head up mixed snake. I think it's the second page.
There's a butterfly.
Fly.
Head down in face.
And coming up, the time to beat.
68.222 and out the door.
And they're going to do it.
Ooh.
63.903. 63.903.
Came through the door, still flying there, Leslie, the feet off the ground and crashed into the mat.
So in theory, then they won that battle. Did the lights go red there just to show they'd finished, or
I don't know.
was it a burst?
Was it a bust right at the end?
If that was a bust, then they're slower. If that was no bust, then they're faster.
Yeah,
so,
because it would be less than 5 seconds.
and Women of Steel back in for their second final battle. So that's head up in face snake, head down 360, and head up in face circles. Weird how these last rounds, it's quite similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that will scramble the heads as well. It's a butterfly.
Head up in face.
Head up in face.
Back to head down. So as we just explained before to you, we've got these two teams. Every team now in the battle have got 2 flights. So it's 2 battles each. So it's Women of Steel against Aerocart. And again, Women of Steel against Aerocart. That's what we've got going on for you right now. It's the second battle.
Oh, and they've bust their first bust of the competition.
Oh, wow.
Women of Steel turn into Women of Aluminium. So that's going to hurt. They're going to have 5 seconds to add on to this time. Doing their head up in face circles. Not far. Nearly out, nearly out, nearly out. And 82.212. 82.212 seconds.
Right, so we're going to see what the judges make of what they saw there, but we'll be getting them. I would imagine if we're running to the format that we've seen in other events, we'll get them all back into the tunnel, both teams afterwards, to find out which way it's gone. So who's won the first battle, who's won the second battle.
And Aerocart getting the thumbs up from the judges. They're ready for their second and possibly final battle. This is between them and Women of Steel to decide who will become 7th and who will come 8th. Looking very, very synchronous. Aerocart flying beautifully.
The thing is, though, Leslie, we don't know where we are right now with the first flight, because if Aerocart got that bust on the way out of the door, that means they went slower than the Women of Steel, and they will have lost that first flight. But if the times are raw that we think, they've won that first flight. So it's still all to play for. We're not going to know until the audience knows.
And they don't know either. The competitors don't
No.
know. Exciting till the end. So they've got 82.212 to beat. That was with a bust, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
Aerocart flying now.
Very tight lines. They look fast. So they're on their
There's a
and
bust.
a bust. Just on their last move now.
So this is probably going to... Now, we've got a situation
Head up
where...
in face circles, out they go, 75, 76, 70. Oh, so close. 81.694 with 1 bust.
So also the girls had a bust as well. That means on that scores there, both with bust, Aerocart take that second flight. But what's going on with that first flight, Leslie? We don't know. The tension is mounting. We need to get both teams back into the tunnel to find out who has won each flight. Wow, intense stuff. Now at
So
each event, at each tunnel competition, they announce the winner of the rounds in a very different way. Sometimes they will bring them back onto the net, and they will have somebody in the middle who will call it out and hold the hand up from the judges of who's won each flight. So we don't exactly know how they're going to do it on this competition. Both teams are stood there in the antechamber waiting for a decision.
And presumably the decision now to decide whether they're going to have a tiebreaker or not.
Right, so it looks like we are going to... How are we going to do this? Are we going to get them back in for the answer?
And do we have a result?
So we're just waiting to find out what is the situation, to find out how we know who's won. Because sometimes what we'll do is get them to walk back into the tunnel and a kind of almost like a boxing match referee answer situation to the left or to the right, but we don't know.
Well, the judges viewing the video, I can see them now watching that video again, just to check that their first analysis was correct. Nobody likes to bust the teams, and they don't like to waste time reviewing, but they do have to make sure that we've got the result correct.
Yeah, that's not the issue though right now. This is normal for the reviews to take place. What the issue is, how do we find out? How are they going to tell the audience? Are they going to bring them back into the tunnel like we've seen at other events for the hands up in the centre? Or are they just going to tell them there in the antechamber? This is going to be an interesting few moments. So if you just joined us, a very good afternoon and welcome. It is the finals of the two-way dynamic. We've had the two flights of both team, Aerocart and Women of Steel. Judges' reviews now finding out where those buses are lying. If it's one win to one side and one team to the other side, it's going to be a tiebreaker, a battle-off. If it's a clean-cut win, one team going one way, one team going the other way, then we know where we are. What we don't know at the moment is how we're going to announce that to the public. How we're going to get the teams back in here.
I'm sure we'll find out in due course. It's nail biting for me, so it must be really nail biting for the teams. They're there not knowing if they've got to fly up. They must have that tiebreaker round.
Oh, here we go, back to the tunnel.
Here we go in the tunnel. We're going to find out. And whoever's
into the tunnel shot. That's what we need here now. Can we see side by side? We'll find out who's won the first battle out of the two. First battle goes to.
And that was Aerocart. Oh, that's the first and second battle, I assume.
No, that's the first battle. No, that's the second?
That's the result of the meet. So that must mean that, as we thought, unofficially, Aerocart won both of those finals. So Aerocart winning 5 seconds clear of Women on Steel on the first one, and about half a second clear on the second one, which puts Women of Steel 8th and Aerocart 7th.
So that's the first time we've seen it done that way. Normally,
yes,
what they will do is announce the results of both battles. So it'll be one side up for battle 1, one side up for battle 2. What we did there, because Aerocart obviously took both battles, it was just one and up. And I think if we can get them to do it differently, it'll be better for the audience. We want to see the result of both battles, really, that the individual breakdown. Do you agree?
Well, if one team wins, it means they won both battles.
It's just confusing though for the audience.
Yes.
If whether they won both battles or whether they haven't. So it's just.
Well, now we have Wemby Ginto getting into the tunnel. Wemby Ginto fighting against Aerogravity to decide who is going to be 5th and who is going to be 6th. And the pressure may be getting to them because they bust not long after getting into the tunnel. Aerogravity were 5th after the first day, and they're flying against Wemby Ginto, who was 7th after the first day. So this is the battle off for 5th and 6th position. If you've just tuned in, or if you can't remember, I'll remind you there are going to be 2 battles in the final. Both of them pure speed battles. Which team is the fastest? Oh, and another bust for Wemby Ginto. In theory, Aerogravity is the faster team, and with 10 seconds to add to Wemby Ginto's time, it would be hard for them to win this round now, as they know. But out the tunnel they come, out they tunnel, and it's a fast raw time. It's a fast raw time, 66.972, but going up to 76.972 with 2 busts. So Aerogravity now have 76.972 to beat. Really, if they just keep it clean, if they fly clean, then they're not going to be that long in the tunnel. They're not going to be as long as 76, so just keep it clean. Aerogravity.
So what was the time there we had, Leslie?
76.972, that's what Aerogravity has to beat.
So I've just asked for confirmation of how they're going to announce the result there, if they are going to just do it in one.
And another bust. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It was
That's
just...
right.
You had confirmation, Regan, you were saying?
We've asked for confirmation if they're going to do it to keep to that standard, if they forgot to do the 2 announcements, or they just decided to do it all in one. But we're going to try and find out for us and let us know as soon as possible.
Aerogravity flying strongly, but that bust must be wearing on them. They can't afford another bust. Oh, a little bit wobbly. I think the pressure's getting to them in this final. It would look like they were flying a little bit stronger earlier on.
76.972 is the target to beat. Down to the last.
And they're out. They're at 69, 78. Oh my goodness, they're just slower because they also had 2 bursts. 78.826 with 2 bursts, so that puts them slower than Wemby Ginto. So first battle, in theory, unofficially, to Wemby Ginto, but of course the judges are going to be reviewing this. Now they have another battle. Wemby Ginto are about to enter again to do final round number 2, which is head up in face snake, head down 360s, head up in face circles. There they go with a head up in face snake.
It's the second battle for them. Leslie.
Oh, and there's a bust.
As a guide, what we saw a moment ago with these 2 flights from Women of Steel and Air Account were both over 80 seconds. So as I said, as we start moving through the pack, we should see them getting a little bit quicker. Can Ginto take the win on this one? Can they be faster on the second flight to take the win?
That's all they need to do to avoid that nerve-wracking tiebreaker situation. Just put a good time down. They've got 1 bust already. 79, 80, 81, 83, 84. Ooh, 84.249 with 2 busts. So that's 6 busts between the 2 teams so far in 3 heats or rounds.
So to force the tie break, we need Aerogravity to pull in less than 94 seconds, which is doable for them.
All they got to do is not bust, but we said that last time when they had 2 busts,
Yeah.
just the same as Wemby Ginto.
Exciting stuff. It's the finals of 2-way dynamic in the French Championships here in Wemby. Not quite sure what happens to the phone, the sounds there, but there we go. Wemby just waiting for.
They got the thumbs
white
up for the
lights.
judges, a last high five, and in they go. Aerogravity flying for 5th position. If they can be faster than Wemby Ginto, we have a tiebreaker on our hands. 94 seconds is the time to beat.
Very good afternoon to Mike Kujinsko, who's just joined us, our freestyle champion of Poland. Watching the action. Hi, Maya. 94.249, Leslie, is their target to force the tiebreaker.
Go on, guys, let's have it exciting, eh? Let's have a tiebreaker.
Oh, a bit of a wobble at the top.
So far, they're clean.
time on the clock.
Face snake.
58, 60 seconds.
Down 360.
All right, so
Head over and face circles, 78.
It's
Oh, they're going to beat it, they're going to beat it, they're going to beat it. 81, 80.876. So that means that Air and Gravity take the second heat of the final, which in theory means, according to our raw scores, which have yet to be confirmed by the judges, according to our raw scores, Wemby Ginto won the first heat, Air and Gravity the second, so we could be seeing a tiebreaker, but we're waiting for the judges.
So what's going to happen now is both of those teams are going to go back into the tunnel, and we've got our adjudicator in the pink shirt who will tell us who has won each round by lifting up a hand of the teams. On the previous battle we saw, it was just one decision for both rounds. That's not normally what we would do. We would normally call out the decision on both rounds, but we'll find out in a moment after the judges have finished their conferring exactly how it's going to be. We've got Wemby Ginto and Aero Gravity. Let's switch the picture to the antechamber and just have a look at their reactions as they just walk around like caged tigers, trying to find out if they are through or not, or flying again for a tiebreaker.
And the tie-breaking round, in case you're interested, is head down in face snake, head down 360, head up shuffler.
So let's keep our eyes on them if we can in the antechamber. This is where the action is now. This is where the story is. We want to see their reaction as they wait for the answer of that flight, that battle, those two battles. We think in the studio that it's gone one each way, so it's going to be a battle off. But we are waiting to find out exactly.
And the judges just in front of us looking very intent. You don't want to get it wrong at this stage of the game, because these guys will be watching the video and they will come back and complain if they get it wrong. So if you've just tuned in, you're watching the French Indoor Skydiving Championships at Wembley, Northern France, where we are waiting for a decision with Wemby Ginto and Aero Gravity. We think they're going to do a fly-off for the tiebreaker to decide who's going to be fifth and who's going to be sixth in this French Indoor Championships. It's just another 20 to 30 minutes of the final to go in the two-way dynamic, and then there's going to be another couple of rounds of eight-way. The four-way, both the N1 and the N2, it's all done for the day, and they're going to reconvene tomorrow morning. They've done 6 rounds of four-way. If you've just tuned in, we've got Wemby Girls in front in the four-way open, 5 points ahead of Qatar Tigers, who are 1 point ahead of Real Fly Zayan.
So we're waiting for the result now. Normally what we would do is bring them in to the tunnel to find out who won which of those battles. Are we going to do that, or are we just going to go straight into it? We're going to find out now. So we're just waiting for the judges to let us know which way it's going to go. So normally,
and I think that will be clapping for the 8-way scores there, because they had all of the scores were in for the 4-way. So yeah, the scores for round 4 of 8-way starting to appear within the building, but not yet on the official scoreboard. And we're just waiting for the judge's decision. Lots of hand signals going on, writing on whiteboards, showing the guys inside the tunnel what the score is. Wemby Ginto nervously waiting a decision. So I can hear the tunnel ramping up, so I believe that what's happening is we're going to now see a fly-off.
A tie
the
break.
battle-off, as you call it, the battle-off.
Yes.
So this is the tie break between Wemby Ginto and Aerogravity to decide who's going to come 5th and who's going to come 6th. Because Wemby Ginto won the first battle, Aerogravity the second, and now they're into the 3rd and final battle at the French Indoor Championships in Lille.
So what they should normally do, Leslie, with those two teams is bring them back into the centre of the tunnel, side by side, and then the judges point to which team took the first fight and which team took the second fight, and then we know they've got the battle offered on. That's how it's normally done for the show.
That's what we've seen at the Win Games and other events, but there you go. It's pretty obvious what's happening because they're not really doing the same round.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's not happening, which I'll let you know of shortly.
But never mind a convention, it's quite clear what's going on. Wemby Ginto are flying their booties off, out they go, and that's a brilliant time. 67.960. 67.960. That's a super fast time. I know it's a faster round, but that was a brilliant time. Aerogravity are going to have to do really well to beat that 67.960 seconds.
Okay, thumbs up. We are ready to go into this battle off now for the final decision on who takes it forward. 67.96 to beat. Full house watching the action here, Leslie. Lots of people watching on the live stream as well around the world. Very good afternoon if you've just joined us. It's the finals of the two-way dynamic. Aerogravity fighting now for their place. 67.96 to beat.
Yeah, it's a great crowd we've got here. All the four-way competitors and quite a lot of the general public as well. The 8-way, of course, getting ready for their next round. And they're flying strong.
20 seconds left. If they want to beat it and they want to take it forward, keep your eye on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. 67.9 is the target.
So head down 360s. They're going into the head up shuffler and out the door. 67 to beat.
Yes.
Oh, 63.126.
A convincing win.
So that would mean Aerogravity takes 7th position with Wemby Ginto in 8th position, ahead of Avengers in 9th.
So it needs to be officially announced yet by the judges. Now we're probably going to get them back into the tunnel for that official announcement of who's won. Are they flying 2 rounds on the tie break, Leslie?
Or is this the next round and we missed it? I don't know.
So it is
This
Wemby
is Wemby
Ginto.
Ginto, but they already flew.
Are they flying 2 rounds for the tiebreaker? That doesn't really, the tiebreaker is 1 round, isn't it?
It's only got 1 round in the draw. It wouldn't be much a tiebreaker if they only fly 1, would it? Because then you could have a split result again.
Hi to Leo, who's watching. All right, so we're in uncharted territories, Leslie.
And out they go.
Again.
93.547.
Hi to Gizmo and Leo are watching, enjoying the.
So they must be doing 2 tiebreakers, or else they reset it. This is really weird. Two tiebreakers. Is this air of gravity going in? This isn't scripted. We only have one thing on the tiebreaker draw.
Gizmo says aerogravity never stop flying. They never stop. The tiebreakers continue. Leo says, I think they'll go for 3 tiebreakers.
Yeah, well, they have to go for more than 2.
Oh, there's a bust. Martin Dedrick's on as well. Hello, Martin. Oh, my palms are sweating, I'm sure. You understand. Okay, so out the goal in the second tiebreaker of this tiebreaker final. 78.525. How can they be stopped, says Leo. Well, 2 tiebreakers there, Leslie. I'm running out of paper. I'm writing down all of
Me
this.
too. I need to shoot a wallpaper to get all of these tiebreakers on.
So
who do we think won?
Well, that first battle went to aerogravity. The first tiebreaker
Went to aerogravity. And
then
the second tiebreaker went to aerogravity.
Best out of 3? What do you
Why
think?
don't they just draw cards to decide the end of it? I mean, it looks to us like aerogravity are the faster team.
Well, we're going to find out now what's going on.
So we're getting the helpful advice through our headphones, which is that nobody really knows what's going on, us included.
Leo there from Wimby. Oh, and about the tunnel. Judges reviewing these tiebreakers. So it looks like aerogravity won all of those tiebreakers.
Both tiebreakers.
Both tiebreakers, yes. All those tiebreakers, it looks like to our eyes, were won by aerogravity. So we're just waiting for the official result from the judges if they want it to go to another tiebreaker.
Can we do any more? Is there time for any 8-way today after all this? We don't know. So aerogravity is Micamello and Dennis Castioni from France and Italy. They've just been together a month, but they've done 10 hours together in aerogravity.
All right, so there's
Coached by Leo and Gizmo.
so we're just
Lots of charades going on here to try and understand
just chatting with the boys
the
there.
precise state of play.
Just chatting with Omar there through the window, saying, I am Omar. Leo, he's chatting with the drivers, and who knows, maybe it's going to be one more tiebreaker. But it looks like from the raw scores we've got down there, that aerogravity won both of those tiebreakers. What do you think, Leslie?
I agree. Still massively confused as to why there would be 2. and we'll see what happens with the others then. And in the tunnel now, we can see in the antechamber we got Way 2 Dynamic, which is number 207 right here, and number 209 Wemby Allright. So presumably we'll have no more tiebreakers between Wemby Ginto and Aerogravity, and we're about to move into one of the more exciting battles. This is between Wemby Allright and Way 2 Dynamic.
Well, this has been an exciting battle.
To decide. Yeah, but medals are more fun, aren't they?
Oh,
This is to decide who gets the bronze and who goes home without a podium position. Way 2 Dynamic were the third fastest team yesterday. They've been a third fastest team today. All they've got to do is reproduce that form, and they should come out of this double battle with however many tiebreakers. They should come out with a bronze medal.
All right. So we're waiting for the official result from the judges, and then maybe we're going to get the teams inside to find out who has won the tiebreaker. The judges are conferring on what they've just seen, so they're looking at the results, looking for if there's any additions to go on.
Sorry, the suspense is killing me. I don't know what it's doing to the competitors in there. Both Ginto and Gravity who are waiting to decide their fate, and Wemby Allright, Way 2 Dynamic, who are waiting to fly off for bronze. This is all part of what competition is about. You can be doing nothing 1 minute, and then have to produce the best flight of your life the next second.
And again.
And again. And
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
And again.
So normally what we'd expect now is to bring the teams into the tunnel to wait the decision, and then we give the crowd an opportunity to see the reaction as they wait for that result to go one way or the other. After this final of the two-way dynamic, we're going into the eight-way. That'll be the end of the show from me and Leslie. We'll leave you in the capable hands of our French team to wrap up for the day. But we'll be back tomorrow morning with the finals as well of the eight-way and the four-way. The four-way's been a good surprise. We kind of looked at it this morning. We knew the Tigers were strong. We knew that the Lyon team was strong. We knew the girls were strong as well. And it seems like the girls have took quite a convincing lead already. Have we got any results further on this results there, Leslie?
The scores I read out earlier, I'll repeat them, but it's all the way up to round 6, so there are no more.
Oh, they're completely all, I thought we were still waiting for a few more to come in.
No, it's all judged for today. And what we're seeing there in the four-way open
Just gives us the top three.
Wemby Fields are out in front with 109.